And in today's episode, among other things, you'll see the world's first living computer. Human neurons now process data in real time in a global project involving 10 universities. DeepMind, Google's new artificial intelligence, finds a combination that could revolutionize cancer treatment. The humanoid robot Humanoidness impresses the world with kung fu moves and perfect acrobatics. For the first time, scientists have connected a time crystal and paved the way for a new era of quantum computing. And a modular robot with embedded artificial intelligence is here to change things. Let's understand all of this. Music. Hello, impressed ladies and gentlemen. I'm Realidade Impressionante, and you're watching Realidade Impressionante. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Music. The Chinese company Direct Drive Tech has just launched the D1, which promises to mark a new era in modern robotics. Described as the first fully modular robot with built-in artificial intelligence, the D1 can automatically assemble and disassemble itself as needed. An innovation merging strength, flexibility, and autonomy in one system. The D1's structure uses a networked co-architecture, enabling what the company calls swarm collaboration. Several robots coordinate, share data, and respond to the environment in real time. This approach is ideal for complex tasks needing quick adaptation, like external inspections, material transport, and autonomous services. This capability lets the robot be physically reconfigured in various ways to enable different locomotion modes. When assembled, the D1 provides excellent stability and supports up to 100 keys in crawling mode and 80 key in stationary mode. When separated, each module gains individual mobility and range, allowing for parallel missions and greater operational versatility. The performance is impressive, right? The D1 can travel over 25 kilometers with a light load and operates for over 5 hours in dual wheel mode. These are very impressive numbers for modular robots in this category. This energy efficiency lessens recharging needs and extends use in long duration, hard-to-reach environments. Blending artificial intelligence modular design and collaborative architecture, D1 is more than just a robot. It is a smart movement platform that adapts to various contexts and collaborates with other robotic systems. Direct Drive Tech believes their creation will revolutionize the pursuit of universal embodied intelligence, a concept that aims to bring machines closer to our human capacity for physical and cognitive adaptation. And a new generation of robotic hands is about to redefine what we understand as mechanical dexterity. Californian startup DeatherEye launched AeroHand Open, an open-source robotic hand featuring 16 joints and a tendon-based design, capable of performing tasks very human-like, such as, for example, opening a can of soda or holding an iPhone with just the right delicacy and firmness. Unlike typical industrial robotic hands that use separate motors for each finger, AeroHand employs an under-actuated system. Here, interconnected cables control the movements, letting a single pull move multiple joints at once for smoother, more natural gestures. Reinforcing the object, the hand adapts to it, responding to its shape and resistance with the same flexibility as a real human hand. Engineer Shudong, the project leader, says their goal is to democratize research in skillful manipulation, a complex field in modern robotics. AeroHand Open is open source, documented, and easily reproduced with common 3D printers. The electronic components are fairly simple. The system works with ESP, 32 firmware and robot operating system, 2 software both standard in robotics, enabling quick integration with embedded artificial intelligence platforms. This means that any student or developer can download the code, assemble the hardware, and test their own learning and control routines. Adaptation Artificial Intelligence's GitHub public repository provides all essential files, including 3D designs and motion control source code. Along with mechanical precision, the AeroHand Open adds a teleoperation module for remote hand control. This occurs in real time with just data capture gloves. This feature makes it possible for human finger movements to be mirrored by this robotic hand, thus creating an intuitive bridge between man and machine. And here's something that all technology should do: work for the benefit of humanity. Google DeepMind, in partnership with Yale University, has presented an advancement that could truly revolutionize even the way we fight cancer. The C2S scale, 27B artificial intelligence model successfully predicted medication combinations, which is capable of, quote, waking up the immune system and making it recognize tumors that were previously invisible to the human body. Surprisingly, this hypothesis came from the artificial intelligence itself, not a human scientist, and was later confirmed in living lab cells. Based on Google's GEMA architecture, the model is among the most powerful systems ever created. To understand cellular behavior, it was trained to read the language of cells, interpreting their communication and reactions to medications in various biological conditions. The artificial intelligence examined over 4,000 patient-used compounds and tumor samples, simulating thousands of cellular environments. What could make the tumors, in quotes, cold? In other words, those that go unnoticed by the immune system, turning them into hot tumors, meaning visible and attackable by the body's own natural defenses. It was right here that the discovery emerged, the CS2 scale. 27. B identified that the combination of the drug CX, 4,945, and interferon in low doses could generate a significantly greater immune response than either of them alone. Alone by themselves, they hardly together. However, this led to a 50% rise in antigen presentation, enabling the patient's immune system to recognize and attack the tumor independently. Tests on human neuroendocrine cells not used in training confirmed the artificial intelligence's prediction, proving the system could analyze data and make biological connections previously limited to human intuition. Combining contextual reasoning with lab validation marks an unprecedented advance in cancer research. Artificial intelligence models can serve as virtual labs, conducting millions of theoretical experiments before physical testing. With this, DeepMind has launched a new era in science. Artificial intelligences can form complex biological hypotheses and reveal discoveries humans might not find alone. The researchers at Yale are now investigating the cellular mechanism behind this synergy between these two drugs. Other new artificial intelligence predictions are already being tested by humans. If the results are confirmed in clinical studies, this artificial intelligence could transform the way we design treatments and maybe even change the fate of millions of patients. Could a future cancer cure come not from a human lab, but from artificial intelligence instead? I believe so. That's exactly why technology should be created to benefit humanity. Chinese company Unitree Robotics has again drawn global attention with its G1 humanoid robot, which now demonstrates much faster and very fluid movements, kung fu moves, as well as acrobatic spins and perfectly balanced somersaults. And according to the company, all of this is without video acceleration or digital manipulation. In the 45-second clip published on their official channel, G1 displays an agility that even few human athletes could match. The video, Kung Fu Kid V60, features a humanoid in a dark room performing fluid acrobatics. With over 840 videos and thousands of views, it showcases almost organic movements. He starts with a high kick, twists his torso to maintain balance, delivers quick sweeps, and even does backflips, landing so smoothly that it seems like something created by artificial intelligence. The most impressive part is the robot stabilizes itself using real human postures, using its hands for support and constantly adjusting its balance. A feat requiring control, advanced motors, and refined spatial perception algorithms. G1 was designed to learn and imitate human movement quite naturally, combining force sensors, vision, and balance distributed throughout its body. Each acrobatic move relies on a rapid feedback system with the robot making constant micro-corrections to stay balanced. This makes it one of the world's most advanced humanoids, directly competing with projects like Tesla's Optimus. It doesn't come close, but Figure 03 from the American startup Figure Artificial Intelligence is a well-made robot. But not all viewers were impressed by this spectacle. Many started to question what the practical use is of a robot doing kung fu. If it can't, for example, grab a beer from the fridge or fold clothes, tasks that other humanoid robots already perform, including Tesla's. However, Unitree clarified, the G1 is designed for research in artificial intelligence and advanced robotics, acting as an open platform for companies, universities, and tech institutes, not for domestic use. Currently costing about $21,500, the G1 is, for now, just a development tool. A strong symbol of Chinese robotics advancing toward more realistic human mechanics. It represents an intermediate step. It's not the robot we'll have in our homes, but the one that will teach the next generations of machines how to move, react, and learn like we do. And from what we're seeing, to react against us, right? Let's stay sharp about all this. Bye. For the first time, scientists have connected a time crystal, one of the most mysterious theoretical forms of matter, to an external system. Researchers from Aalto University in Finland achieved a milestone, This could transform applied quantum physics and lead to more stable, powerful quantum computers. Time crystals were first proposed by Frank Wiesek, 2012 Nobel Prize winner in physics. He imagined a quantum system that could oscillate forever without using energy. A quantum perpetual motion machine, unlike conventional crystals that repeat in space. Like atoms in a diamond structure, for example. Time crystals repeat themselves in time, thus entering into continuous and stable cycles, even in their lowest energy state. This idea was long thought impossible until 2021, when Google and Stanford created such a crystal using the Sycamore quantum computer. The European group advanced further by linking a time crystal to another cycle, something never done before. The experiment used magnons, quasi-particles formed in helium-3 superfluid cooled near absolute zero. When the researchers pumped radio waves into this fluid, the magnons began to oscillate and sync, forming a time crystal that remained active for several minutes, or 108 complete cycles to be more precise, before disappearing. During this period, the crystal interacted directly with a nearby mechanical oscillator. The team found they could adjust this connection in real time by changing only the time crystal's properties based on the oscillator's frequency and amplitude. They found a way to control and tune a quantum crystal, which once seemed impossible. This means that time crystals can function as precision quantum sensors, which would be capable of measuring infinitesimal fluctuations in spacetime. But perhaps the most exciting application is in quantum computing. These crystals could act as memory bases and time references for quantum processors, significantly improving qubit stability, the main challenge for this technology. Their longer lifespan compared to current quantum systems allows for continuous calculations without decoherence limits. So tell me, if time can be crystallized, controlled, and connected, do you think one day we'll be able to turn the very flow of time into a tool for quantum processing? That's wild, right? Since you know a lot about quantum physics, and I don't, I'll just pass this info to you. And the boundary between biology and technology has just been pushed a little further. Scientists are literally growing miniature brains and using them as living processors. The Swiss startup Final Spark is using human neurons to process data in a global project, with 10 international universities helping with this project. It announced the world's first functional biological computer, ushering in the biocomputing era. The technology uses small clusters of human neurons, known as brain organoids, grown in the lab and linked to electrodes to perform basic computational tasks. Each organoid has about 10,000 neurons, far fewer than the human brain's 100 billion, but enough to show learning, adaptation, and coordinated electrical response. The concept is simple and disturbing at the same time. Instead of trying to mimic the brain with silicon chips, as we currently do, scientists are now literally using real neurons as processors. In the Final Spark laboratory, these mini-brains are kept alive in nutrient solutions and connected to systems that translate electrical impulses into digital data. When stimulated, neurons fire electrical spikes, the biological ones and zeros forming the basis of modern computing. And the most surprising thing is this. Some of these systems can already learn through reward, receiving doses of dopamine when they produce desired responses, just like the human brain does. This biological learning uses 1,000,000 times less energy than silicon-based artificial intelligence. This makes biocomputing a possible solution for the energy collapse that comes with the growth of artificial intelligence models. But keeping these processors alive is not something simple. Organoids don't have blood vessels and survive on average for 4 months before they die. In their final moments, researchers observed a neural burst, a final wave of electrical activity similar to what happens in the human brain before death. Despite limitations, the breakthrough is historic. Final Spark already allows universities around the world to remotely access these organoids, streaming all neural signals in real time. Researchers from Johns Hopkins, Kurt Golabs, and Imperial College London have also explored the use of these mini-brains in simulations of neurological diseases, learning, and decision-making. There are, of course, some very deep ethical questions. Altering living brain tissue, even unconsciously, at least that's what they claim, right? It sparks debate over science's moral limits. Final Spark says it collaborates with bioethicists to ensure that the experiments remain within safe parameters, making sure the organoids lack pain receptors or any structure that could generate consciousness. That's right, my friends. The world's first living computer is more than a machine. It's the beginning of a new form of hybrid intelligence, where life and code start to merge into the same circuit. Lightnext Dynamics, a Shenzhen-based Chinese company, released a video attracting significant attention in the robotics world. Two of their life-sized humanoid robots are performing a full-body stretching routine with a fluidity and control that are almost natural. At 1.65 meters tall with 35 degrees of freedom, the two humanoids hang from safety ropes, performing a sequence of coordinated movements, bending, flexing their knees and ankles, twisting their torsos, and even lifting their feet in sync. Each gesture is calibrated to demonstrate the body of one. The 52-second clip from Lightnext Dynamics shows Wally beginning a warm-up much like a human athlete. Both first tilt their torsos side to side. Next, they perform side bends, leg raises, and controlled extensions with a level of precision that impresses even biomechanics specialists. In the final part, the robots perform suspended movements, as if splitting in the air, showing impressive strength, balance, and near-perfect symmetry. The company states that the purpose of this video was to demonstrate the fluidity of the joint system and the movement control of Waller, a robot that was designed not just to replicate the human body, but to learn from it as a whole. Lightnext Dynamics stated, "Our goal is to enable artificial intelligences to generalize in the real world. Wally represents a crucial step in our world toward the fusion of perception, learning, and human movement." Yeah, my loves, the future is really coming. Or actually, has it already arrived? If you like this episode, then comment down below. The future has arrived. This helps boost the video's engagement. I know you enjoy technology and always watch our videos to the end. Thank you for staying with me. All sources are in the description. I really appreciate you following along. Click on one of the two options on your screen, and I'll see you in the next one. If you can, remember to subscribe to Aurea.